Football. Yeah.
United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stay standing while we mention those that have passed since our last meeting. Patricia Hupnagel. Terry M. Geiger. Beatrice A. Brooks. Carrie Ann Wood. Michael Gordon. Roll call.
Here.
Go.
Here.
Right here.
Here.
Full board tonight. The fire exits are right here through the. Do not go down the hall, down the stairs, down the elevator. There's a problem in the building. Correspondence, I don't think we have any. And attorney concerns?
None.
At this time of the meeting, we can have petitioner time, anybody in the audience here or on Zoom. So if there's anybody on Zoom that would like to address the town board, this is your time to do that.
Nobody on Zoom.
Everybody?
Nope.
Okay. Number one, there's no budget, right? Approve bills as audited, we have 3 signatures,
So moved.
Second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to accept the minutes of the March 6th, March 20th. Regular work, audit meetings. The March 24th workshop meeting. The March 28th special workshop meeting.
I'll move 3 through 6. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those motions are carried. Number 7. Town board to approve the purchase of a pool paint in the total of $3,344 to be purchased from Amazon for both the Comoxon pool and the Elbow pool. I believe that's 16 5-gallon.
So moved. Second.
That's Bill and Mike. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to accept the permanent position of change from Ulster County and the New York State Civil Service Commission for the title of payroll personnel assistant to a non-competitive position under the hiring emergency limited placement program. The New York State CSC made the determination, Civil Service made the determination and approved the permanent class status for change for both Gabriella D. DeSanto and Lisa Waslick, effective February 25th, 2025.
So moved.
Second. That's Mike and Johnny, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to approve payment application number 2 in the amount of $365,883 to Rutledge Excavating Inc. for the Wawarsing Water Port Bend extension.
So moved.
Second it.
It's Bill and Joe, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to approve payment application number 3 in the amount of $2,387.71 to Passero Associates for the taxiway A pavement rehabilitation and connectors taxiway reconfiguration.
So moved.
I'll second it.
That's Bill and Joe, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. 11, motion to purchase 2 45-gallon wire mesh trash containers with lids at a cost of $336 at each, and one each 35-gallon landmark series receptacle colored brown model at a cost of $870 to be used at Burn Road Park and Mill Street Park as per the request of the Wawarsing Joint Parks and Recreation Commission at the expense of the park line.
So moved. Second.
John and Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. 12, we're tabling.
Yes.
13, town board to approve the hiring of Corey Kapatanakis in the position of municipal code officer at a pay rate of $26.18 an hour, beginning April 17th.
So moved.
Second.
That's Mike and Bill, all in favor?
Aye.
And 14, town board to authorize the Human Resource Department to advertise for a part-time position for security attendants, park rangers at Linden Park for 2025. Each position is 17 and a half hours per week. Salary to start at $15 per hour. Applications are due back to the Human Resource Department by noon on April 17th.
So moved. Second.
That's Bill and Johnny, all in favor?
Aye.
And motion's carried. Yeah, some things to approve beyond that, but we're doing during the lay events. We have something for the road name or. So. Who's first?
Tony.
Me,
Don't.
first of all, you guys know when you're gonna put that 911 tower down the town farms, where is it located?
Yeah, we had a meeting with Dennis Boyle when he came, and I don't believe we've had any discussion since.
What's your concern, Tony?
Well, it depends where you're gonna put it. Right now, I'm making a spot for a pile down below, so the tower's going up the top.
Yeah, we're supposed to go up where you were storing materials or
That's what I thought it was too, where the storage was.
That's my big concern. So,
You concerned with overloading the storage area?
yeah, I don't know what it's gonna be, but I don't wanna bring material in.
Right, they have to move it.
Move it. You know what I mean?
Guess we can reach out to them.
Other than that, Terry and I had a meeting with DEC over Lundy Road. Went fairly well. We had another meeting today with, and, we're doing some research and gonna get back to Terry.
Yep. Yep, Kelly Tejero came from the DEC, Scott Corners with about 4 other gentlemen from the DEC and their own respective departments, and,
We're trying to find out who actually owns it. Do we have to maintain it? There's a lot of stuff going on.
so Bill, you're probably aware that at one point, our Open Space Institute was working, I guess, with the town, and Tony has documentation written of,
So we don't have to maintain that rule.
so,
I've never seen it, so we want to have somebody shoot me a copy, I'd like to look at it.
I got a copy, bring it up.
yeah, so we gave that to Kelly and that group, and they said it would take a couple of weeks. It's been a couple of weeks. And Jeff Ryder, went with Tony yesterday and had some discussions, and then I called Kelly back again today to ask her that we, you know, like, the town really needs to have written documentation and direction on this, not just verbal conversation. And she's willing to do that. She said within a week she'll come up with that. So we'll take a look at it. We'll have, and she suggested that you look at it, obviously. And you know, the overall,
We're spending a lot of money on them.
Oh, yeah, it'd be nice not to take care of it.
I think this year we
Sure.
spent 63,000.
And when I even probably done.
So-
Whether this year it's, you know,
Either that or have the state reimburse it for taking care of it.
No.
Whatever,
that's,
whatever it could work out.
you know. When you have your meeting, she'll tell you how it is.
Okay.
Oh, you and I have talked, but some of the conversation was that, you know, that they have projects on their, you know, in the DC land owned properties, and if they would share that with the town and have some agreements and stuff like that, but then the topic came up of whether, and they mentioned drainage, and if drainage comes out to the town road. I'm
Yeah.
kind of thinking that if drainage comes out to the town road, they should be mitigating that to begin with, and it shouldn't come on the town. As far as responsibility for who to fix it. And so that would be a legal question that we have to look at, and so, but we can't do anything right now until we get a written explanation from, Kelly.
That's all I got.
Okay. Well,
April 12th, which is next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but from 10 to 1, there'll be a ribbon cutting and a open house of our new highway garage. We urge everyone to come and take a look at it. And 10 to 1. And April 12th at 1 p.m. is the spring fling at Lipton Park with the Easter egg hunt, 10,000 Easter eggs.
10,000.
10,000.
What was last year, 3 minutes to find a ball?
It was like 5 minutes or something. It's probably a short period of time. But there must have also been 200 kids. Right.
So we approved the waste containers that the joint rec committee was looking for, and it'd be a quick turnaround on getting those in, and they can be placed in Mill Street Park and Burn Road Park. Paint's going to be ordered for the pools, and the rec department is going to be responsible to paint the Elm pool at their request. So that was, that'll help us out. And Nassari and I have been discussing the possibility of contacting Spectrum Services down here, the autism school, and trying to set up a little Easter egg hunt for them in possibly their area down there someplace there, being most of them don't get the opportunity to go to the other place. So hopefully that'll work out. We'll be speaking to those individuals. And get that planned for one day when they're going to school. And the airport project is moving along, and now that the weather's changed, that should move rather quickly. And that's about it.
Just 2 quick updates on the town website and the recreation website. We had the recreation website kicked off earlier this week. And it included some training for those of us who were able to attend on creating modules, getting things on there. The recreation website will be completed in the next 4 months, but we will go live with that once camp closes at the middle of August or so, just so we can close out 1 camp year with our existing platform before we move to the new platform. Very simple to use and to update and to add pieces there and to manage users. So we'll make sure to announce when that is completed and launched with some training as well for the community on how to create recreation accounts on that new website. The town website and the overhaul that's being done there, we will have a first look at the completed website on May 12th. We'll have several weeks to tweak and to add things and to make sure that it's exactly what we want it. Again, still looking at July 4th as our launch date for that. And just to add to the bear-proof trash cans, they do require 2 hands to open. And please make sure they are shut afterward. There's a reason that we're spending money on the bear-proof trash cans. And please help us make sure that the parks stay clean and we don't have folks running around picking up trash that's been dragged everywhere. And that's it for me.
Thanks, Johnny. At the Wawarsing water plant, we had a faulty valve. We did get it replaced. The actuator in it, which is the electronic part that mechanically opens and closes that valve, was replaced. So that was put behind us. At the port bed extension, all the piping has been installed. All the curb stops have been installed. We're currently pressure testing and bacteria testing. Those results get sent to the county. As far as pavement, I know a lot of people have reached out to Bill, myself, and I'm sure other members of the board about Port Penn roads, the conditions of them. We had a good phone call yesterday that the supervisor was part of, and we have some good plans going forward So I'll update everyone when we have a better idea of what the plan is, but everyone's very open-minded to the situation and to making it look as best as possible. Contractor 3, which is the curb stop to the house hookup. They got the green light to do some on-site work. I'm not sure when they'll begin, but they can begin. So that's nice. And the Napanock sewer overhead garage door was installed last week. Mike, let's do.
I don't have much this evening, just want to remind the public that there are still about 6 weeks left in the burn ban. We have had a couple of fires that occurred that were illegal burns, and pretty stiff fines have been given to the homeowners and landowners. Don't get caught up in that, it's very, very expensive. And I'm very happy that we were able to approve the hiring of Corey Kapitanakis for our building department, coming on as a code enforcement officer. Taking a little time to get up to speed, take the classes that are required for them to get up to speed, but we'll finally have the department fully staffed again, getting ready for our busiest season. So thank you to the rest of my board. Excellent. That's all I have.
All right, so, with the actual facts that Tops Markets is actually coming to ShopRite Plaza, town board has to make a motion to have our assessor, Renee Olsenek, request from 911 for a road name change from ShopRite Boulevard to Tops Market Boulevard, BLVD, capital letters. The rules are that we have to submit 3 names. So Mr. Chapman and Mr. Bill DeMayo from Renaissance Equity Partners, who are the actual owners of the property. They are requesting Tops Markets BLVD, or Tops Markets Road, or Tops Market Avenue. So we need a motion
I'm gonna make the motion.
I'll second it.
to submit that to her tomorrow. So she can send that to the one. She's already in contact with them. They come up with this, but we have to officially make the motion, and she has to request it officially, and everything else for that. So. Bill and Mike, all in
Yes, sir.
favor?
Aye.
Okay, so that one is carried. Gentleman, Mr. Michael Wells, that's helping out the water and sewer guys, has to have the agreement that we have with the town. We have to have another extension, so people, at least 1 or 2 people that are being trained under the license of Mr. Wells. We have to actually have basically you have to need a motion to just extend the existing contract no more than 3 months. So it could be a month, it could be a month and a half. Time frames.
How's that working out?
Good. Well, 2 of the guys that are in the class are still, I believe they're a little more than halfway done with their classes. And Bill, I spoke to him earlier today actually about his test. He just getting ready to schedule it. He just work has been pulling him aside from spending the time he needs to be
Probably
prepared.
on natural, I'm sure, but
So
that's something to talk about.
yes, it is. But
Because the Department of Corrections did a $10 million upgrade of their sewer, which took a few years. It's actually requiring the town of Wawarsing employees to spend about almost 3 hours a day to actually operate it properly. And I mean, physical work is physical work, but at the same time, we're doing more physical work than we did before. And we're working with OGS to try to maybe make that a better situation, but the engineering didn't really have issues with the engineering, right?
there's several issues that are ongoing. They're not quite done with it, so we'll give everyone the benefit of the doubt that, they'll have their punch list like any other projects have towards the end to knock out. That'll cure some of it. Some of it is just change. It's here for good. Can't, it's not like you can park a car, you can just move, swap out, exchange it. This is permanent structures, permanent, and there's one way in, one way out of flow. So it's you know, that I give the guys a lot of credit for just being patient and understanding, and, you know, Supervisor Howe for keeping OGS, Department of Corrections, everyone, you know, cold with feet to the fire. We'll keep doing that until job gets done.
Yeah, so basically,
Make a motion to extend the contract for Mr. Wells.
and it starts April first.
Beginning
It
April
expires
1st.
March 30th, from March 30th.
I'll second it.
Yeah, so we go, April 1st.
Here's the way.
So Bill makes a motion, Joe seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
That motion's carried. And to Mike's point of, Mr. Kapatanekis, it's a great addition to the building department. It's a contractor that's seasoned and has the ability to do what, and knows what we have to have done, and it's sorely needed, especially this time of the year, with, you know, different, all the different work that happens in the springtime for the town, building department. You are also reaching out for the, we have a position of building the fire and safety inspector. I don't know what the exact title is, but Lisa sent it to the county. Fire and safety inspector. Yes. So, Lisa, our HR person, sent the title and a resume to the county to see if somebody, individual, qualifies for that position. They do, if they don't, they don't, but at the same time, we're looking to add a fire safety person, which would be a 20-hour position, correct? Yes. We've had one in the past. We haven't had one in recent times. Oh, I've mentioned, or we had mentioned, or you saw in the papers, the news release was yesterday, and it went back and forth for 2 or 3 days, with the owners of the property and Tops. And one of the initial news releases basically talked about an acquisition of a property, and that's not exactly accurate, because the same people that own it then own it now. And Tops is leasing the property. They're also putting in $2 million of their own money to the building that they don't own, which is a good thing. So just take time to read the press release, and you'll see, or you can respond, you know, we ask the town, we can provide the actual complete release, describing what type of store it is. There's a store over in New Paltz. There's 152 stores in Vermont, New York, and Pennsylvania. Originally started out of Buffalo, New York. So the trial that we've had with the town and that ShopRite Plaza and ShopRite themselves, the people that work there lost their job, or they got a job in one of the area ShopRite stores like Liberty or Monticello or Middletown. Well, those people can hopefully apply for Tops here and get back to hometown. And that would be, you know, that process is in the process already. You can just look up and apply online for that position with Tops. And you can get that. If you don't have it, just contact town hall. Or we can actually put it on our website for, you know, this actual online version of, you know, them reaching out for employees. We can do that. The Journal actually did a good story about it, and they rightfully should, because it's in our town. So as a town board, I think the town board would agree that we welcome Tops Markets to Wawarsing. It's unfortunate that Wakefern or ShopRite decided to close after 30+ years. Many of our residents worked there, had a career there, making it a part of our community. Having a big box food store like Tops Friendly Markets is another opportunity for jobs, increasing our tax revenue, giving our residents a local market again, and in turn help the other businesses on the Tops Market Boulevard down there, like Elder, DCO, the Chinese restaurant, the Middletown Medical, the laundromat, and there's a vacant spot there now. So we're working with the owners of the property and Tops to try to, and, well, they're gonna be, the money that they're putting up is improving that building. And then we also have some issues with water and sewer building and different types of equipment that's there presently, right?
That's correct.
So it's been a great experience working with the owners, Ken Chapman and William DeMayo, they're co-founders of Renaissance Equity Partners. Bring a quality food market to our community. Initially, they were looking at just as, you know, Planet Fitness and 15,000 square feet, and they were gonna do a small store. At the end of the day, when you have a small store, what's gonna happen? It's gonna be an expensive store. There are, I kept on Mr. Chapman, not that he's a very good businessman, he owns properties all over the place out of Long Island, but at the same time, we were giving advice to him that this is a community that really needs a big box store. You have Walmart and they have other smaller stores, but it's a perfect site, perfect location, right, centralized in the town and village, and we were actually just lucky to get a company of that, you know, degree with 152 stores on the history, and I think it's gonna work out pretty good. We've been building department, John Zach and I went down the other day, talked to the contract, the construction manager, and he's at Syracuse. Nice guy, very nice guy, and so we handed him a permit the other day for the signage. And so it's gonna move forward, and we're just lucky that it didn't go through more than a year, because that would have slowed it down to going back to the planning. So at the end of the day, we're lucky we have a store that's that magnitude and not a smaller store, and it will be done in June, from what they're saying, so. The guessing is over, and that's the situation. So the bill just go like that, then yes,
No, knocking on wood.
oh, okay, not gonna, okay, but anyway, I think that's all I have for tonight, and
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
that,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh.